Hi, Justin Thompson here at Smail Honda in Greensburg, PA. Here to take you on a ride along on the brand new 2018 Honda Clarity Plug-in Hybrid Touring. Let's check this out. Now with the Clarity Plug-in Hybrid right on the front here, you're gonna see the LED daytime running lamps. That's on the outside. It has that distinct L shape. You also have the LED headlamps as well. The distinct Honda symbol on the grille there. The body is refined styling, has that sleek and modern look with it, has a recognizable Honda fascia, the low, wide aerodynamic body with clean character lines, and that gives it an outstanding airflow as well. The contoured profile and overall shape of the vehicle, it's actually supposed to simulate a bird, believe it or not, from Honda. The aerodynamic design, you have that low, wide stance, and the side panels are designed to reduce the drag. And the 18-inch, that's a lightweight aluminum alloy wheel with a separate wheel cover. It's got a stylish look to it, and it's lightweight as well. That separate cover is designed to look like a wheel, but it improves the cooling performance better than an open wheel. And you have the fin shape that actively discharges the air into the wheel. You do have the LED tail lights as well. You have the plug-in hybrid and touring badging, Clarity badging in the back. And what's nice about the back of the vehicle, the trunk, right underneath the Honda symbol, I have the unlock button. I can just simply lift this up. Now you do have a window that's in the back here, okay? So what that's gonna help out is the visibility in the back. So when you're in the cabin, you can actually look right out to the back of the vehicle. That's different from any other Honda that we have. That's where you plug in to charge the battery. Also, you have the SmartPass keyless entry system. So as long as you have the key fob on you, in your purse or in your pocket, you walk right up to the Clarity Plug-in Hybrid, put your hand through the handle, it's gonna unlock the door. Everything else is gonna stay locked, unless you program it differently inside of the cabin. So under the settings tab, you can actually program it to unlock or lock how you'd like. Once you're done with your commute, simply shut the door, hit that black button on the handle, and walk away. It's all locked up. All right, let's get this on the road. Now with the Clarity Plug-in Hybrid, there's a few things I should start off by explaining, the different modes that you can select while driving. First off, before I explain that, right here in the dash, you're gonna see a car icon right in the middle. While driving, you're gonna see this vehicle move forward, backward, or stay in the middle. And what that's telling you is how well you're driving the vehicle. So the most fuel efficient way, you're gonna want the vehicle centered right there in the middle. If you have the vehicle behind you, that means that the deceleration is actually increased and you're actually providing power to the motor or the battery. And then if the vehicle is actually in front of the circle, then that means you're not as fuel efficient. You're actually using the accelerator and using up gas. So it's just a nice visual to kind of help you out there. So with the Clarity Plug-in Hybrid, you have a few different modes. So I'll go over those first. First is a normal mode, and what that does is that's the default mode that starts with the battery power and then engages the gasoline engine sooner than the Econ mode, but not as quickly as the Sport mode. So let me explain the Econ mode. Econ is when you hit this button, by the way, and it's to the left underneath the touchscreen here, right above the shifter. When you click on that, it's going to bring the leaf in the upper left-hand corner on your dash. And what the Econ mode does is that maximizes the use of the battery power over the engine power unless the accelerator is depressed beyond what's called the click point of its travel. And the click point is whenever the vehicle engages the actual gasoline engine, okay? So in the Econ mode, it's actually gonna be less, okay? So the further you depress the brake, once you get that click point, it's further down. And what the HV mode does is that maintains the battery charge level, okay? For use later on, for instance, like if you're driving in the city, okay? In the HV mode, then that click point is gonna be a little bit higher. And in the Sport mode, which the Sport mode engages the gasoline engine the soonest of all the modes, for a sporty response, by the way. And then that click point is gonna be higher up. So it's gonna kick in sooner than obviously the Econ mode and the HV mode. And then the last mode is what's called the HV charge mode. And what that will do is that will charge the battery to just over 57% of capacity while you're driving the vehicle. Okay, another thing that's new with the Clarity plug-in hybrid is the deceleration paddle selectors. Some people might think that these are paddle shifters to actually shift through gears, but it's not. What happens is whenever you let off on the accelerator, and let's say you're coasting or heading downhill, what you can do is you can increase or decrease the deceleration and actually divert power to the battery. So it's actually charging it using the braking system. That will also work whenever you're braking the vehicle normally out on the road. You have the power windows, power locks, and power outside mirrors. They are heated outside mirrors, so anytime you defrost the rear windshield, you're going to take care of those. You do have the memory seats with the Touring model as well, position 1 and 2 for the driver. So I'm going to get out on the road here, and as soon as I get out onto the highway, I'm going to hit the set button right away and just set the cruise control, just to show you the adaptive. So I hit set right away. It defaults to 25 miles an hour. So it's going to bring me up to 25. I can actually increase my speed here. If I hold the plus button down, it'll increase 5 mile an hour increments, or I can just tap it 1 mile an hour up or down. So I'm at 42 miles an hour. What I'm going to do is actually hit the set button for the adaptive cruise control. And it may be difficult to see, but it says 43 miles an hour, and there's a car icon that's shaded in. It's actually, the camera is mapping out the van that's actually in front of us. I can increase to get up closer to it. And what it's going to do, it's actually braking the vehicle right now. I'm not touching anything. And it's calculating that distance between the van in front of us. And the low speed follow, what it does, again, it goes under 25 miles an hour. Usually that shuts off with other adaptive cruise controls with other brands. But it will take us all the way down to 0 miles an hour. And when it does, right below the miles per hour here, it says 43 miles per hour is what I had it set for the cruise. It'll say stopped. And then once traffic gets going, all I have to do is hit the plus button or the accelerator and just tap it, and it will bring me right back up to the speed that I had set. So it'll actually say stopped up here in a few seconds. There it is. And then once traffic gets going, I'm not going to move until I hit the plus button or tap the accelerator. You do have the heated seats for the driver and the passenger, so you have the leather interior inside as well. And now the vehicle is accelerating automatically. And that's adaptive cruise control. Now also with the Honda Sensing package, they have the lane watch camera, and this, you may be familiar with the lane watch camera with some of the other Honda models. So I have somebody that's in my blind spot on the right hand side, and what I can do is actually, I can either put on my turn signal, which will bring up the camera. However, that's going to indicate to the car that I'm moving into that lane. If I don't want to move anywhere, I can just hit a button on the end of that turn signal column, and it will bring up the camera. And I can view this anytime, and I can take it off by hitting that button again. And that's nice because I can see if somebody's coming up on the right-hand side. So it does help me out with the blind spot on the right. As far as the left-hand side for the blind spot, you do have a little extended part of the outside mirror that just smears it a little bit to the outside so you can see a little bit further on your blind spot. So that definitely helps out there. So the lane keep assist system, I'm actually going to demonstrate that right now. I'm at, 50 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour, excuse me. And I can actually feel the steering actually stiffen up right now. And that's actually the lane departure mitigation braking system that's working. But lane keep assist, I have these dotted lines that are actually on the dash, ready to go. That means that the lane keep assist system's ready. If I start to drift, it'll actually vibrate the wheel and pull me back into the lane. So if I can demonstrate that, I'm just going to kind of slightly drift to the middle of the lane. And there it goes, and it vibrated the wheel and then pulled me back into the lane to the left. Just subtle movements in the steering with all the Honda Sensing. Well, the Clarity plug-in hybrid, with the gas only, you're going to get 42 miles per gallon combined. That's city and highway. But using the gasoline and the battery, you're going to get 110 miles combined for city and highway driving. So excellent fuel economy. So I'm going to make a move into the right lane here. So again, I'm going to watch my lane watch camera. I'm clear. So I'm going to go ahead and make my move into the right lane. I love that lane watch camera. You can really see who's to the side of you. By the way, these lines, that first red line, that's about 15 feet away. The first orange line is about 40 feet, and that last orange line, that's about 80 feet away. So you can get a good judge of how far a vehicle is behind you.
I just want to show you a couple things here. You're going to see the RPM level. So that blue line there, that's the power. That's when you're using the gasoline engine. And in the green charge mode, that's whenever you're actually charging the battery. So right now I'm using the accelerator. Obviously I'm not as fuel efficient as I could. However, now that I'm coasting, you're going to see it's on the charge mode. The deceleration paddle selectors, I can actually decrease the deceleration, or increase it actually. And what it does is that diverts power to the battery. So that's charging it while you're driving. You can use this whenever you're heading downhill and you want to hold back on the vehicle a little bit instead of using the brakes. So it's a way to add power to the battery quickly. As I'm driving, this cabin is very spacious. There's a lot of room. The leather wrap steering wheel feels real great in my hand. A nice sporty feel. It's a real smooth ride too, and a quiet ride, of course. And with the CVT transmission, you have the electronic continuous variable transmission with this vehicle as well. Gives it that smooth ride, that nice transition up the speed. No shifting, of course, so you don't feel any of that jerking feeling that you may get with another vehicle. And it's very responsive. I'm just hitting the accelerator and here I go. And it gives me the power when I need it. As far as the dash, everything is laid out perfectly for you. You have the touchscreen right here in the middle. This is almost like a suede material on the dash, which is new with the Clarity plug-in hybrid. Gives it a nice different look. Also the wood grain look up here on the dash as well. That two-tone look sets the vehicle off real nice on the interior. Now with the electronics continuous variable transmission, you do have the selectors for the different modes for your transmission, your drive, neutral, reverse, and park. And again, they're all push button here on the center of the console, which is nice too. You have the wood grain here. It's a different look with the Clarity, and a nice open cavity underneath. So you can set your cell phone down there. Some of your personal belongings can hide under there as well. So on the touchscreen, you have the navigation system, of course, which is a Garmin-based navigation system. Also, you're going to have what's called Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, and that's with the smartphone connection. So for those of you that have your Apple phone, Android phone, you can plug in and actually have an extension of your phone show up right on the touchscreen. There's actually a USB port underneath here with a phone icon, and when you plug in there, again, it's going to bring some of the supported applications on your phone right on the touchscreen. And then you'll be able to use the voice command button here for the Bluetooth connection. And for Apple customers, you're able to use Siri and actually ask Siri to contact anybody in your contacts list. Also, what's nice is we do see people texting while they're out on the road at a stoplight or a stop sign. Not something that you're supposed to be doing, and it's very dangerous, not only for yourself, but everybody else around you. So what Apple CarPlay and Android Auto provides is the ability to text message hands-free with your hands on the steering column and not have to touch your phone at all. You just do a long hold on the voice command button and bring up Siri and ask Siri or OK Google with the Androids to contact or text anybody in your contacts list. Some of the other stuff that you do have Sirius satellite radio, free for 3 months. You have the Honda Link option here, which you can set up with your smartphone to actually connect with Honda Corporation. And what it will do is you can actually set up service appointments with your vehicle. You'll actually register the Clarity plug-in hybrid with Honda Link and actually download an application on your smartphone. And again, you can set up service appointments. You can actually run diagnostics on the car. If there's anything that comes up, any bulletins or any recalls that need done, they'll actually show up there. That way you're up to date on everything with your Clarity plug-in hybrid. Again, you're connected with Honda. You do have dual zone climate control, automatic climate control. I can set my temperature to whatever I want on this side. It'll actually adjust the temperature accordingly on the right. However, if I have somebody in the passenger side, they can adjust their temperature however they want, excuse me. When I get back into the vehicle and there's nobody here and I just want to sync those up, I just hit the sync button, and whatever I have on the left-hand side for the driver is going to override the passenger side. If I hit auto, I can maintain that temperature inside of the cabin. It's kind of like your thermostat in your house. A couple other things, you do have the electronic parking brake, emergency brake. So that's similar to pretty much all the Hondas now. Right now I'm in drive and I'm taking my foot off the brake, not moving anywhere, and I hit the accelerator to get going. And brake hold can be kept on all day long. You're not compromising the engine, you're not wearing down a brake by having that on. And then whenever the vehicle is brought to a complete stop again and you feel that kickback, it'll lock up and brake hold again. So if you're on a hill and you don't want to drift into a car behind you, this is great as well. I like to use the example of if you're in really heavy traffic, and if you've ever been in heavy traffic and you've had your foot on the brake for so long and you're not moving, you put the vehicle in park so you can rest. This will allow you to rest your foot off the brake and keep the vehicle on drive. A couple other notes with some of the features. You do have the automatic dimming mirror. These buttons up here for your home link system. So if you do want to get rid of the garage door opener, you can program them to open up your garage doors. 3 positions, by the way. And your sunglass holder up top. Lighted vanity mirrors on both sides, by the way. Now, as I'm driving these back roads, I'm just feeling the steering stiffen up whenever I'm coming into a turn. Again, that's that road departure, kind of helping me out, keeping me centered in the lane. But it's a very responsive feel. A very smooth ride, quiet ride, as I mentioned before. And it's just fun. You know, I can hit the sport mode, and here we go. Now we have a more peppy feel. Kind of zip around the back roads. Kind of have some fun with the vehicle a little bit. The leather interior and the Clarity plug-in hybrid is terrific. I mean, you have these nice, comfortable leather seats. Again, you have that suede dash. It comes across on the doors on both the driver and the passenger side as well. Just gives that very distinct look on the interior. Now, right now I'm going up this hill. I'm just going to hit the accelerator. And that's that CVT transmission coming into play, and then the RPM level comes back down. That's great. That's how it's supposed to operate. Really smooth going up the hill, okay? So whenever you're taking those hills up in the mountains, that continuous variable transmission, that's really going to come into play, give you that power to break the crest of the hill. Not going to be sluggish at all. And why buy from Smail Honda? Well, a few reasons. Number one, we have a great selection of vehicles. So if you're looking for a particular car, we're most likely going to have it. Also, family-run facility. So Smails have been in business for a long, long time. And you have a friendly environment. The sales staff, management, the service department, A+ as well. So whenever you come in to Smail Honda, you can actually take your time and figure out what vehicle is going to be the best for you. You don't have to feel pressured at all. So low pressure, and we're simply out there to help you figure out what vehicle is going to fit you best for you and your family, and then hopefully we can earn your business. Also, when you do purchase a vehicle from Smail Honda or Smail Automotive all across the board, you're going to get your first oil changes half off, and you have lifetime free inspections as long as you have the vehicle in your name. So a couple extra perks to do some business with us. Now, Honda's warranty, you have a 3-year, 36,000 mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, which will take care of all the internal features, all the electronics. And then the powertrain is a 5-year 60. That's your engine, drivetrain, transmission, all the major driving components of the vehicle. All right, I'm going to show you the backup camera. Again, all you do is hit reverse, just press down on that. And then you do have 3 camera angle views similar to the other Hondas. The wide angle view, so you can see traffic coming from either side. The dynamic guidelines do change color, give you your projected angle into a parking spot. So as I start to back up here, I can pick my spot here. There's more of a straight on view. Kind of gives you a better angle. I'll line up these lines here. And then also you have a straight down view. You can back right up against the curb without hitting it. And that's the ride along on the 2018 Clarity plug-in hybrid. I hope you enjoyed the vehicle as much as I did. I hope you enjoyed the new features that Honda has to offer with the Clarity. If you have any questions or would like to take a test drive, please stop down here on Route 30 in Greensburg, PA, and ask for me, Justin Thompson, or visit us online at smailhonda.com. Thanks so much for watching.